Hey folks, I just finished the 21-day vocabulary challenge, and this is going to be a live stream where I'm just going to talk about it, debrief a little bit, let you guys know how it went, discuss with any of you guys who were participating with me. If you haven't been following along, the 21-day vocabulary challenge was just designed to be hey, Lion RS, how's it going? The 21-day vocabulary challenge was just designed to be a way of getting myself back into using spaced repetition for learning vocabulary. It wasn't anything real big, not super special. It was 5 minutes a day, super easy, 5 minutes a day on Memrise or Anki or whatever app it was that you guys chose, and just setting a timer. I set a timer right before bed, and it was just a little reminder to spend 5 minutes learning new vocabulary on Memrise. Lion RS says, I've been doing spaced rep for a couple of weeks and it's amazing. It is, yeah. So if you guys have been following my videos closely, you probably noticed that I did pretty much over the course of the last 3 weeks, all my videos have been spaced repetition themed, whether it was specifically about the 21-day vocabulary challenge or about some specific apps that I've used, or just the value of spaced repetition and stuff like that. And I think overall, this challenge was a positive experience. It was good. It wasn't groundbreaking. Wasn't earth-shattering, and honestly, just being totally transparent with you guys, I didn't learn that much vocabulary. But that's okay, because the challenge accomplished what I set out to accomplish. Okay, the challenge was everything that I wanted it to be. All right, and the reason I personally set out in this challenge to begin with sorry, I just noticed these little reflectors in my hat there. I don't know if you guys ever noticed this, but I have a little headlights in my hat. And since it's night right now, they're kind of really reflecting in my light there. Sorry, totally off topic. It just distracted me. And that's why I always wear this hat, because it comes in handy to always have headlights wherever I go. Anyways, 21-day challenge was everything that I expected it to be. I just needed something to kind of give myself a kick in the butt and really get to working again on learning vocabulary. I've talked before about why I think spaced repetition is so important, why I think it's so valuable. No matter what level you're at in your language, I'm learning French, and I'm probably approximately a B level. Not entirely sure exactly how precise, some people get very precise. There's like upper B2, lower B2. I'd say somewhere in the Bs. And I certainly haven't outgrown the need for spaced repetition yet. Not even in Spanish, I haven't. And as a matter of fact, I used to use spaced repetition for learning English vocabulary. And it's very effective for that as well. It makes you a more well-rounded person, just increases your vocabulary in your native language. So super nice. And this challenge just got me back on track using spaced repetition. Je ne parle pas English. All right. Je crois que tu parles l'espagnol, n'est-ce pas? So this is my first time kind of putting forward a challenge for people online. And like I said, I thought it went really nice. I thought it was helpful, and it was just what I wanted it to be. There are some things that I would have done differently now if I could go back and do it again, which I probably will do this challenge again someday, just so you guys are aware. And if anyone is watching this video now and you're like, oh, I missed the 21 days, that's not what this is intended to be. I think it's nice to do it with other people at the same time, but anyone can launch themselves a challenge at any time. I think there's a lot of value in doing timed challenges, okay? Or what would you say? Scheduled challenges, where you're going to set yourself aside a certain number of days, and you say, I just have to make it to the end of whatever period I'm going to mark out on the calendar, and I'm going to be consistent every day during this period. Okay, rather than doing what I normally do, and that is, oh, cool, I found a new memorize deck, a new memorize course that I want to learn from, and I'm just going to start learning on it. And then you do for like 1 or 2 days, and then you forget, and then you miss a day, and then you go camping for the weekend, and then all of a sudden you just kind of forget, and eventually you look back and you're like, oh yeah, I was going to learn that memorize deck or that memorize course or that Anki course, and somewhere along the line I just stopped doing it. I don't know about you guys, but that's a very common occurrence for me. And that's why I think this challenge was so valuable, because for 21 days, you can't back out. It's a practice in consistency, really, is what it was designed to do, and that's what it did for me. Didn't learn a crap ton of vocabulary, but I was consistent. And the reason for it is because I had this challenge to hold me accountable. You know, there was actually a few nights where I went to bed and I was laying in bed and thought to myself, I didn't do my 21-day vocabulary challenge today. And then you're laying in bed, you're tired, you know, I just want to fall asleep, got to wake up early in the morning, got this and that. I got all these excuses for why I didn't do it today. But because I knew that I had this challenge to hold me accountable, I knew that the next morning I was going to have to go on Twitter or go on YouTube or something and be like, all right, so I gave up my challenge last night, or I didn't do it last night. And that was a motivation for me. That was motivation to get my butt out of bed, go get my iPad, spend 5 minutes doing vocabulary acquisition on Memrise. How fluent are you in Spanish? I would say I'm probably a C1 in Spanish. I have no problem staying consistent because I have a lot of motivation. That's good, but for some of us, we need to kick ourselves in the butt in order to stay motivated. Je parle un peu de français. Yes, moi aussi. Anyways, what was I saying? Yeah, that's why I think challenges are valuable. And I'm going to do more. I'll probably revamp this 21-day vocabulary challenge in the future and do it again. Maybe do a more intense version sometime in the future. And I'm actually currently working on a challenge that has to do with recording yourself speaking your foreign language. Short videos once a day for 30 days. Anyways, before I talk about that, I want to just talk about some of the pros and cons. I guess I've really already done that, but just some of my observations, things that I learned about myself during the last 21 days. So first, pros. I already talked about this, I guess. It just really helped me be consistent, and knowing that I had other people doing the challenge along with me was kind of a motivating factor. And I really think even if I was just doing this by myself, setting a 21-day period, it's just a nice, easy, attainable goal, bite-sized goal you know, and you can see the finish line, right? If you set yourself a 21-day goal to do something. And I've heard different things before, like if you can do something consistently for 21 days, then you've just created it as a habit. I've also heard that that's not an actually attested fact by psychological researchers or anything, but I think it is very valid to set yourself an attainable goal where you can see the finish line. And then once you get to the finish line, once you get to the end of the 21 days, you just have created a routine for yourself, okay? And maybe there's nothing special and magical about 21-day number, but you've created a routine. And it's now just going to be easier to keep going, to keep carrying on that routine. And guess what? I'm not done using memorize, okay? I'm not done learning new vocabulary in French. I'm going to continue on this routine that I've been doing consistently for the last 21 days. All right, you have a little bit of a Québécois there. Ouais, je parle Québécois. I go to Quebec quite a bit, so that's probably why. Keep up with the good content. Very inspiring videos. Thank you. I always appreciate the kind comments. So anyways, that was just really the heart behind this, behind the whole 21-day challenge, and it was a success. It was a pro. Cons, I didn't stay connected enough with other people that were doing the challenge, in my opinion. I didn't post enough, I think, on Twitter. I should have been doing more updates and stuff, I feel like, and encouraging other people to update me, because there was at least 10 or 20 people the first day that I started this challenge saying, yeah, I want to join with, and haven't heard back any feedback from most of them since then. I have heard back from a few people that say, oh yeah, I fell off the bandwagon because I'm too busy. You sound like Donald Kennard. I don't know if I'm going to take that as a compliment or an insult, but thanks, I guess. Yeah, I talked to some people that said they fell off the bandwagon because they were too busy, which 5 minutes a day, I don't think you're too busy to learn vocabulary for 5 minutes a day. But you know, I guess that's part of the challenge. I also have talked to some people who said they really enjoyed it and really benefited from it. But overall, I wish I would have been posting more about this on Twitter, maybe make a few more update videos. I did do one update video specifically about how it was going for me. I guess I could have been doing live streams like maybe twice a week or something, just to talk about, hey, these are the words that I've learned or something like that. Although granted, the majority of my videos over the course of the past 3 weeks were spaced repetition themed. And I usually mentioned the 21-day challenge. But, you know, I think that's just something I'm learning. I'm not really a tech junkie, and I don't even have a Facebook anymore. So I'm not real up to date on all the social media stuff. I've never had a Snapchat, never use Instagram. But, you know, I guess I'm getting with the 21st century. I'm becoming more active on Twitter, which I really enjoy because there's a ton of really cool language learners there on Twitter. So that's a really nice community. Do you speak German? If you do, why should I learn it? I do not speak German, so I can't answer your question. I love this language, but I can't see a relation with the German-speaking nations. Nice sentence. Okay. So that was one thing that I think I kind of did wrong with this challenge. I'm for sure going to be getting better with that as I do more challenges in the future and invite you guys to partake in more challenges with me. Another thing that I wish I would have done differently is I kind of set a very arbitrary goal of 5 minutes a day, and you really don't learn a ton in 5 minutes. I realized that I spent most of my 5 minutes a day just reviewing words that I had learned on previous days, which is okay. You got to do that. But 5 minutes was not a very ambitious goal. Now, of course, again, the goal of the whole challenge was not to revolutionize my language learning. It wasn't to learn a billion words. It was just to get myself back on routine, and it worked for that. But I probably could have pushed myself a little bit harder than that. At least maybe 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes at night, or 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes at night. 20 minutes a day also is not super difficult. And if you're going to challenge yourself to do something, I feel like I probably could have challenged myself a little bit more than that. All right. Do you want to learn German someday? I am going to, I guess I'll tell you guys this up front. I'm thinking about doing a live stream later this year in December after the semester is over. I'm thinking about doing a live stream where I'm going to set aside one day, and for 12 hours that day, I'm going to learn German. I don't know I know maybe 10 words in German. And for 12 hours straight, I'm going to see how much German I can learn. And I'm going to do a live stream just to see how much I can do. And of course, I'm not saying this is an effective way to learn languages. You got to be consistent, and you got to spread it out, and you got to slow yourself out, right? That's how you learn languages. But just as an experiment, I just kind of want to see how much language I'm capable of learning in 12 hours. And I especially think I'll probably have a lot of people on here who are either learning German or speak German. And, I think it'll be an interesting experience. So it'll be cool. So anyways, yeah, that's for sure a challenge. But it just sounds like something really fun. For someone who loves languages as much as me, it'll just be a fun thing to do someday. And so that'll be coming sometime around December. Let's see, what else did I want to say? Yeah, so I mentioned how I didn't stay connected enough with people. I wasn't updating enough, and probably could have pushed myself to learn some more vocabulary. Maybe again, someday I'll do this challenge again, the 21-day intensive vocabulary challenge or something like that. This one was just designed to get you on a consistent habit. Maybe someday I'll do the learn 210 words in 21 days, which that even doesn't sound super intensive, but 10 words a day, and then you have to maintain them all. Or maybe 420 words in 21 days. That's 20 words a day. That actually, now that I think about it, sounds like it kind of has a marijuana theme to it. So maybe 400 words in 20 days, something along those lines. Okay, let's see. I'm sorry, I'm not really paying attention to the comments here. What is the best way to acquire vocabulary more quickly, through reading or through language exchanges? I posted a lot of videos on that over the last few weeks. I really like spaced repetition. That's what this video is about. It's a great way to expose yourself to new vocabulary. What about Portuguese? It's my native language. Eu quiero aprender falar português. But I don't really speak much Portuguese. I did learn Portuguese for about 2 weeks this summer, and that was a good experience. All right, this brings me also to the next challenge that I'm going to do. I don't know, I guess I wasn't really sure if I was going to reveal this one yet, but it's just something that's been on my mind a lot lately, and I guess I'll just share it with you guys right now. Here in a few weeks coming up, I'm making a new challenge for myself. And this, of course, this is for myself, but I'm also going to extend it to you guys as an invitation for anyone who wants to participate as much or as little as you want. And it's the 30-day Record Yourself Challenge, in which for 30 days, I'm going to once a day record a video of myself speaking my target language, which is going to be French. Maybe eventually I'll do it in Spanish and other languages as well. But for 30 days, I'm going to record a video of myself speaking French once a day. And I'm going to come up with a little calendar of different themes that I'm going to talk about on each day and share it with you guys. So it'll be, first day is what language are you learning? Why are you learning it? Second day is, what other languages do you speak? Third day is what are your hobbies or something like that. There's just a little theme to talk about for each day. I'll share it with you guys. And the point is just to get you speaking. Just to get you speaking your target language, and to get you kind of used to exposing yourself, not exposing yourself, but being bold and kind of taking a risk and getting used to that cringy feeling that you get when you speak a foreign language to native speakers, because it's scary. And I'm going to do it for 30 days. I'm going to make myself a calendar of 30 different themes that I'm going to talk about once per day during the month. And then if other people want to join for the first 10 days, or, if you're going to be gone for a period in there, then you can kind of stop and then continue on later. So I'm really looking forward to that. And it was really inspired by the success of this 21-day challenge. It's totally different sphere. One is learning vocabulary. The other one is kind of conquering your fear of speaking. But same concept. It's a way to motivate yourself to stay consistent learning languages. And each one of these challenges is kind of focusing in on a specific area. I say it all the time. Learning languages is kind of like learning to play the piano. You got to learn how to play your scales. You got to learn how to play your chords. You got to learn rhythm. You got to learn how to do left hand. You got to learn how to do the right hand. These are different skills. You don't just sit down at the piano and start playing Pachelbel's Canon. You can do that, but it's going to be much more effective to focus in on one skill at a time. My current French level is right around B something. We'll say B2, B1.5. I don't really know. I'm intermediate in French. So anyways, yeah, that's my vision for these challenges. I'm glad I did the 21-day challenge. I'm really excited about this video recording challenge. And I think it has a lot of potential to help break people out of their shells, because I'm already constantly making videos and stuff and kind of making a fool of myself in foreign languages. I know there's a lot of people who are watching my videos who are just mortified of speaking in their target language. And I'm really excited to help some people break out of their shells, get out of their comfort zone. So yeah, that's all I got for this video. If you guys have any other questions, I'll take them now. Otherwise, all right, he says, yeah, I'm around the same level as you are in French. I spoke with people from Quebec, and they said I had the basics down, so I know I'm making progress, just reading a lot on Link. Yeah, Link is great, especially once you get to an intermediate level. Maybe at the very beginning it's not great, but I certainly think Link is a great way of improving. All right, well, that's all I got for you guys today. So thanks for watching the live stream, and I'll see you guys this Friday.